Yeah, so Karaki here, entered him here within the Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be doing an updated X-Antibody deck. With the new support from BT-08, this deck is a lot stronger now. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the Digitamas, we're still running 4 of the Dorimons. Still a very good Digitama. We're running only 4 for consistency's sake. You can run the extra Bakumon from BT-7, 86, BT-6 if you want, but I quite like this one over the Bakumons. Next, for the level 6s, we are running 4 Alphamons. This is the core of the deck. It makes a lot of your combos work, and his memory gaining effect is very good now with the new Audiomon out. And I'll be going over some of the combos that you can do with this deck. But yeah, it's quite good. Kind of abuse his memory gaining effect just to keep extending your turn. Next, we are running 2 Dodogoramon. So this is here to help you as a backup. It's also pretty good on his own. He can swing for pretty big. And yeah, he also gives you a little bit of control. But since he doesn't work with the Audiomon, we're only running 2. Honestly, if the Audiomon's inherent effect works with this, then this card would be pretty good. But running 2 for now. It's still a good card, and if you don't have enough Alphamons, you can just bump this up by another 1. Next, we are running 3 Audiomons. So this card is here to help you combo with your Alphamons whenever your Alphamon attacks. At the end of that battle, you can get +2 memory. So not only does he unsuspend, but he also gains 2 memory. And the good thing about this is it won't die to Trump Sword. So that's pretty good. Not a lot of people run Trump Sword now, but you know, that is something at least. And it is very important for your combo to work that it works at the end of the battle. So we'll go over that a bit later as well. Next, for the level 5s, we're running 4 Dodogamons. So this card is here to help you gain some extra security checks, and his on evolution effect is pretty good. It makes you semi-invulnerability to option effects. So you can't get your DP minus, and you can't get destroyed like Gaia Force, but you can still get bounced. So be careful about that. I was playing against some blue decks, and I did lose this guy because of that, but that's okay. Next, we are running 4 Hisaryumon. This is one of the combo pieces for you to cheese out your Alphamon out early, and he's pretty good. We'll go over his combo a bit later though. But him giving your Digimon a reboot effect is pretty good. Next, we are going to be running 4 Dodogamon. So Dodogamon is a blocker if you have a X-Antibody card in its trait, in its evolution source, or if you have another one on the board. Definitely not a bad card. And yeah, you're gonna have other ways to gain blocker as well, so there we go. That's just one way. Next, we are running 4 Ginryumon. This just gives your Digimon a blocker effect on your opponent's turn. If you have X-Antibody, which if you have anything Digimon on top of this, it will. So quite good. This deck can play a little bit defensive if you want, especially if you give your Digimon reboot and blocker, then it'll be pretty good on your opponent's turn as well. Next, we are running 2 of the hybrid card. This card is just to help you Digivolve on top of your Tamer to get the extra attack in, because unlike other decks, this deck doesn't have access to the Blitz Omnimon, so we're still running the Hybrid Spirit for that finisher. It's pretty good. You don't need to run that many, you just need to have 1 copy in hand for a game, and usually you'll draw into it sooner or later. So there we go. Next, we're running 2 Numemon. This card is just to help you speed up your Digivolutions. Being a 1 cost is pretty helpful, and you don't have to worry about having a bad Digivolution line, because you have a lot of ways to shove cards into your source, so you can just go the cheap route and then shove the cards in afterwards, and that'll be okay. Next, for the level 3s, we're running 4 Dorumon. Searches are good, so we're running those. Next, we are running 4 of the Ryudamons. This card is mainly here for you to get your stretches in, and you kind of want him as a separate ride line on the board, so that you can use his decoy effect in case you get popped by a Gaia Force or something, if you crash into a Gaia Force or something. So most of the time you won't want this in your main line, you want to have the Doraemon instead because you want to get the extra memory. And the other card that you also want is your Sunlizamon. It is not an X-Antibody card, but you are able to get the extra security check if your Black Digimon is over 13k, and if you just hard cast this on the board, you also give your Digimon piercing if it's 13k or more, so that's pretty good. But mainly it's here for the security check. If you have this, then your Alphamon will be doing 3 security checks, and then if you have the Audiomon, unsuspend it and do another 3 security checks. That's pretty juicy. Quite like that. Of course, you have to be 13k, and that's not hard to do with Alphamon. So you can just tune your power the way that you want it. Next, we are running Tamers. We're running 2 of the Kutas. So 2 Kutas and 4 Yujis. So Yujis are more important in this deck than Kotas, because once Kota's on the board, you don't need any more. Whereas if you have Yujis, you can have as many on the board as possible, and you can just keep using his effect to draw and get memory. So overall, I think this is more important. You also need him to rest and put a card in your source so you can beef up your X-Antibody Digimons. And he's also very important for the combo that I'm going to talk about last. Next, we're running 2 of the Gankumon option card. This just pops the Digimon with the highest DP. We don't have access to the Gaia Force, so we're running this. You can run the Digivolve card instead if you want, but I kind of like this more. There's a lot of decks in the meta right now that likes to spam Digimon with high power, so there's a chance that this card might be more useful than that board wipe. Especially since that board... I mean, I guess that card is pretty good against Impelgramon decks, but I think this card is just more... It's just better overall. And last, we are running 1 of the Black Memory Boost. So just here for a little bit of extra consistency. You don't really need that many, you just need 1 on the board if you need it. A lot of your other cards search anyway, so this is just here to extend your plays if you do need that extra memory for later. Alright, so let's go over the combo now. So the combo is very, very simple to do. You just need to have well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Alright, so here's what you have to do. You have to have this card, you have to have this level 5 at least. And you have to have a Yuji on the board. And of course you have to have a X-Antibody Digimon on the board, in your hand, that you can Digivolve into. So when you attack with this, you can shove this into your hand, into your source. And then since something is added to your source, you can use this card's effect to Digivolve into a X-Antibody Digimon for 1 less cost. So you can Digivolve into Alphamon for 2. And then, after the end of the battle, if this card's still alive, you can unsuspend it with this card's ability, and you can also get +2 memory. So you pretty much Digivolved into the Alphamon for free, which is pretty amazing. And you can attack again. So you can attack again, and it doesn't unsuspend, but you get 2 more memory. So you actually get memory for that combo, which is pretty amazing. And I guess if you're worried about just getting Gaia Force, you can just have a... Where is it? You can just have this on the board. Or perhaps... This card requires you to have that X-Antibody trait, so you have to keep that in mind. If you cheat it out and do that, you won't be able to use Prox's effect. So you're going to use this. So you can either, when this is rested, you can either use this to block, or if your opponent Gaia forces you, you can just use delay to pop this card instead. But this card will be kind of vulnerable. Of course, you have reboot, so you won't be able to, you won't die to your opponent attacking it on their turn. But yeah, be careful when to do what, because if you make a mistake, you might lose your whole chain, and that's a lot of resources that you don't want to lose. Also, please keep in mind to use your Dorumon's Inherit skill. Whenever you add a card into your Digievolution source, you get +1 memory. So potentially with your Alphamons and your Dorumons and your Yugis, you can actually get quite a lot of memory on your own turn. So you can, building up another chain in your raising area is not hard. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure, if you guys are interested in building this deck when it comes out in English, make sure to use the TCG player links down below. And if you want to support the channel and buy other products, there's also links for other card games as well. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys next time.